Shalom, Israel. This is Adoniyah 720.
And that is Diane.
And welcome to Righteous Reaction Podcast.
Yes, episode 11.
Crime of passion. Deadly consequences, y'all. So
deadly. All right, family. So before we go ahead and get into this beautiful content for today, bringing the Torah, of course, we're going to go ahead and give a shout out to one of our viewers, Taki, for bringing this content to us, to Righteous Reactions, okay? So we thank you, and we do welcome this because it had a lot of bullets, no pun intended, for this topic for today, okay? So I want to go ahead and give a background of this situation, family. If you haven't already seen some news clips or not, you're going to definitely see it here tonight on Righteous Reaction, Y4T's channel, okay? All right, so the background of this is the Clay County Sheriff's Office reports that Lomax's wife went to the home and began arguing with his two female roommates. The argument turned physical before the shooting occurred. And the shooting that we're talking about is a Navy SEAL who violently took out two women, okay? Now, what the first report did not convey to you is the altercation throughout the wife and the two women. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a background of that, and we're gonna jump into the video. In a separate interview reported by local media, Lomax's wife claimed the following. She said the roommates were being loud and insulting and disrespecting her when she came out of the house, okay? She stated that one of the roommates allegedly hit her in the face and that the other one then joined in, which we know on the streets,
crazy.
This is considered jumping somebody.
Yeah, jumping somebody.
Okay? And also, the last thing that she stated was, according to her account, okay, this is when her husband fired 30 shots at these women. Okay?
30.
So I guess what we're going to do on Y4T, Adoniyah, is try to figure out, is this really self-defense or is this a crime of passion?
I don't know. We're going to get to the video and going to see. But guess what? I'm surprised what I'm hearing. So we need to get into this video.
Alrighty.
The identity of a man accused of killing two people in Orange Park last night. Two women are dead after Clay County deputies say a U.S. Navy sailor fired 30 gunshots. It happened late last night on Hanging Moss Drive following multiple 911 calls.
Wow. News for Jack's anchor John Acebus is digging more into who this person is and also spoke with people that were in that neighborhood. John, what have you learned so far about this tragedy?
Well, it's almost a cliche. We say it all the time. It's not a neighborhood where you would expect something like that to happen. And this is exactly one of those neighborhoods. You go from multiple homes with Christmas decorations and then to a front door where I counted 17 evidence markers, which are presumably bullet holes. 22-year-old Taylor Lomax, a U.S. Navy sailor, is booked on 2 counts of second-degree murder. Deputies say when they arrived, they found 2 women, 20-year-old Jordan Forestier and 21-year-old Noelle McKinda, shot multiple times in the front yard, both dying at the scene. Deputies say Lomax was still there and was taken into custody. Investigators say that Lomax and the 2 victims all lived together as roommates and all served together in the Navy. Deputies say Lomax's wife came to visit, then got into an argument with the roommates. They say that argument then turned physical outside in the front yard. Deputies say that's when Lomax pulled out a handgun and fired about 30 rounds, hitting both women several times. And we spoke with a lot of people today who could not believe this happened.
Yes, sir. 30 rounds. Okay. That's 15 apiece, right? Okay. Now, the first precept I wanted to bring to this content is going to be Leviticus 19, verse 16. So if you haven't done so already, royal family, please go get your holy scriptures and read along with us, okay? So you can actually read it for yourself and see that you're not being misled whatsoever, okay? Now, that verse is going to say, verse 16, remember that. You shall not stand idly by the blood of your neighbor. I am Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Okay, so family, with this verse right here, it is specifically establishing due to your duty, Silicate, to intervene when someone's life is in danger. Okay? Inaction in the face of violence itself is guilt. So if you see a crime happening, you're supposed to intervene. Now, what I will tell you is this: the husband most definitely intervened. Did he or did he not?
Yeah, he intervened with 30 rounds.
Right, wow. But he intervened, right?
He should just punched him or something.
He was almost
pushed
right.
him or something.
Yeah.
30 rounds.
30 rounds. 15 apiece.
Wow.
Anybody can get it. That was on his mind. Okay. Now, however, since he used the weapon, family, due to this crime of passion and protecting his wife, he is still in error because he ultimately violated our other Torah law where you're not supposed to commit murder. Okay. So yes, he should have done what Adoniyah just said. Knuckled up.
I would just push him over or something, man.
No, baby. You gotta knuckle up.
30, he had an extension. He had a hockey stick one up. He had an extension.
Yeah, I understand, but baby, listen to me. If two people coming after me, and this is going on right now in the heat of the moment, you mean to tell me you gonna push somebody? When somebody push you, that means you're gonna get back up.
I'm punching him.
So you gonna punch him?
I'd rather punch him than who? What? Wow,
you better punch him. You better KO.
30 rounds.
KO.
No. I would have had to punch. He supposed to push some girls off, something like that.
Yeah, he should have laid this one out real good and then turn around and got the other one off his wife. That's what he should have done.
But it's gonna be hard, even though that's set the pinch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Florida, stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? State. So, but the wife get it and said that the women, you know what I'm saying?
And I believe the wife, though. I honestly do.
Right? So if he's seen this and seen two girls, why he just ain't go out there? Hit them, push them off, like y'all should have 2-on-2 them or something.
He should have, but baby, that's why I'm telling you. That's why I put the bottom of the title, crime of passion.
So the first thing came in his head, then he just came to them like, oh, y'all know my wife. Put that hockey stick. He probably had a switch on that, bro. He probably had a switch.
He probably did, but you gotta remember.
Said 30 shots, right?
Yeah, baby, they gonna say it again. But I'm just telling you, when you acting in the man, chime in. When you acting in the daggone moment like that, the heat of the moment, you know you already got your alpha stuff going on, and you better get off my type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand.
Those are women. He should have punched them, man. Pushed them. Those are women. He put a hockey stick on him, man. 30, man, listen. He had a 30.
See, y'all see this? Adoniyah said I cannot defend this.
No, he had a 30, man. Yes, it's stand your ground, but
okay, it is stand your ground.
But 30, he acting like he unloaded like they shooting back.
Yeah,
them people ain't shoot back. What you did? You bop, dropped them right then. What you stood over is if talking trash start shooting some more.
He probably did, baby. He probably did, but I agree with you. The weapon was not needed. It was not needed. I'm just saying.
Hey, y'all chime in and engage. You know what I'm saying? In the comments. You should just punch her. Slap.
Y'all chime in. Don't tell me I'm wrong.
Kick them off or something. 30 rounds.
Since I can't make a valid point.
You got a valid point with 30 rounds?
Yeah,
that's excessive, man. Listen, it's going to be hard for him to beat that. I don't wish no jail on the man, but hey, it's gonna be hard to beat that, bro. Yeah, you might get off and get a lesser included charge. You know what I'm saying? Because like you was defending, but 30, bro.
So do you think they're gonna let him walk with that then? No.
I don't know. I don't know the outcome. I can't say what would happen on time.
Yeah, only y'all know what's gonna happen.
Only y'all know that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into some more.
In bed, I didn't think anything of it. And I just went back to sleep. And then when I got up this morning to go to work, I could barely get out of the driveway because the street was full of cop cars and ambulance and stuff like that.
Deputies say Lomax's wife immediately called 911 to report what happened. She was interviewed and then released. Lomax has been, again, booked on 2 counts of second-degree murder. I'll have more on this story coming up tonight on News4Jax at 6. Jonathan, now.
All right. So what you want to say, Mr. Got to give me some wisdom to help knock me out.
What I got right now for him,
except for him, make sure you clear that up.
Like, you just react on people like I'm reacting. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I say, that was assessed. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 3. It is honorable for a man to desist from strife, but every fool becomes embroiled. And guess what? He could have went out there, seen his wife getting into them girls, you know what I'm saying? Intervened, then said something, push them out the way, y'all close the door, y'all go in the house. But she say they just jumped her, but I'm waiting on that email for the other clip, you know what I'm saying? But it looked like it's loading up. But this is, like I said, man, he could have stopped the strike right before it started. Look, listen, for real, he could have stopped this. But you didn't have to say, okay, y'all gonna keep doing this.
Baby, but you gotta think about it like this. This is what my mind is telling me. Okay?
That means he gave 15 apiece.
I know, I done did the math, baby. 15 times 2. But what I'm saying is this: you have to think that if he went that far to do that, then that fight could have been lasting for a very long time. His wife probably wasn't even recognizable. Like she probably was getting done in. She looked small. But still, I know that's besides the point. But the point of the matter is, you don't know how long that fight was going on. They probably could have put this woman in the
update just popped up too.
Okay, they probably could have put this woman in a position where she probably could have been paralyzed, or she probably was dying from that. You don't know.
Yeah, like I said, but we finna see what his update say.
All right, let's go ahead.
Of a sailor accused of killing 2 women says the shots were fired in self-defense. Now, if you were watching Live at 5, you might have saw a woman approach Jake Stofan, and she identified herself as Taylor Lomax's wife. Lomax is accused of killing Noelle McKinda and Jordan Forestier in Orange Park last night. Deputies say the 3 of them were roommates. She explained that her husband was protecting her when he shot and killed the women who were also sailors.
In the house, and they slammed the door, being loud and insinuating, said they'll beat the which they was insinuating at me because they don't like me. So I got up out my bed and I said everybody has to get out.
Pause. So we're gonna pause this, right?
She said because they don't like her.
This the wife, right?
That's the wife.
She don't like she done in though. She got a little bruise by the eye, you know what I'm saying? But 30 rounds, he could have beat him up. That's a dude, man.
But baby,
he's a Navy sailor, man. So he should have some muscles to be able to push him off.
And I'm gonna get into that too, that Navy SEAL stuff.
Out. So once I said everybody has to get out, I came outside and I was on the phone with my mom. They came out and they both said, what the is your problem? And I said, y'all have been disrespected in my house, y'all have to go. So Noelle McKinda is the one that hit me in my face, and I ended up hitting her back and we got to fight. And that's when Jordan Serenity Jada, she jumped in and they started jumping me, and that's when my husband fired shots.
The wife was also questioned by police, but she was not charged.
But she didn't get hit. He fired off 30.
Okay, bro. So I got more to go. I got more ammunition. I got that 30 rounds, just like buddy.
Run it.
So okay, all right. Next precept we're gonna go to is gonna be Exodus chapter 2, verse 11 through 12. Okay, we're gonna do a little history stuff. And no, I'm not a history buff, so don't try me. Okay, all right. Now this is gonna be after Moses was grown. Okay, he was raised by Pharaoh's daughter, or whoever she really is. Okay, all right. And it states, sometime after that, when Moses had grown up, he went out to his kinfolk and witnessed their labors. He saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his kinsmen. He turned this way and that way. Okay. Seeing no one was about, right? And Moses struck down the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Okay? All right. Now, so Moses offed, okay, the person who was beating the Hebrew. He was trying to stop the violent offense. All right? So the key observations in this crime is that, first, from the precept, right? The Egyptian was actively beating the Hebrew. Now, these 2 women were doing what?
Beating his wife.
Okay, beating his wife. Now, back to the precept, okay? Moses intervened to save a life, not retaliate afterward, okay? Now, Lomax intervened to save his wife once again. However, he possibly could have retaliated later, as in telling these roommates they got to get out, etc. Right? Okay, so still once again, I do not condone any type of weapons used, no, whatsoever, right? But I do condone the protection of both spouses, okay? I do definitely condone that. So the right to stop a violent aggressor is going to be in Exodus 22. Now, unless you have something to say, I'll keep chopping away.
You can go.
You for real?
Yeah.
I want to see what you guys say.
No, I ain't got nothing to say yet.
You let me talk?
So here we go.
Oh, all praises.
Proverbs chapter 22, verses 24 and 25. Do not associate with a irascible man. See, listen, if he could hold his composure just a little bit longer, he could just push them women or punch them, right? Then it states, do not associate with a irascible man or go about with one who is hot-tempered. So, yes, I'm not going against what you're saying because he's supposed to protect his own, right? Mm-hmm. But that seemed kind of excessive to drop 30, right? Even though we've seen that Moshe smoke, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. In his life, right?
Right.
Okay. So why is it good for the forefather to do it, but not our own people?
Unless you learn from his ways and find yourself ensnared. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, if I see something happen like that, it's two women, like that situation right there, I'm knocking them out.
You gonna knock them out, baby?
Yes, so it ain't no problem. But throwing a drum or a sendo.
Well, hold on, we gotta knock them out together.
But this dude got pulled a stendo.
Yeah.
Hit him. But,
hey,
it is what it is. He had to defend his wife, but
okay.
It was excessive.
It was.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do to protect your own though.
Absolutely.
I can't go against it.
Okay, so I can jump in now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, family. So he took y'all to Wisdom, chapter 22. What was that, Proverbs?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take you back to the law, which is Exodus 22, 1 through 12. Okay? And it states, if the thief is seized while tunneling, okay, and he is beaten to death, there is no blood guilt in his case. If the sun has risen on him, there is blood guilt in that case. He must make restitution. If he lacks the means, he shall be sold for his theft. Now, Torah recognizes lethal force may be justified when stopping imminent harm.
You're right.
The issue is immediacy, not revenge. Okay, that's the issue. All right. So once again, he quickly reacted in the heat of the moment to save his wife. Right now, this is the emotional stuff.
Right.
Okay, that I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and get to the logical with the mind. Okay. So y'all come on, go with me. We're about to go to Numbers 35, 22 through 25. Okay. And it states, but if he pushed him without malice, okay, and let me get through this word because y'all know I'll stop and talk. But anyways, but if he pushed him without malice after a forethought, or hurled any object at him unintentionally or inadvertently, dropped upon him any deadly object of stone, and death resulted, though he was not an enemy of his and did not seek his harm. In such cases, the assembly shall decide between the slayer and the blood avenger. Now, I picked that Torah precept law for the wife's situation in this. And the reason why, I'm about to break it down for you. The wife, she didn't come with no weapon, did she?
Nope.
Okay. She defended her point, which was, hey, y'all music too loud, can y'all turn it down? And then y'all roommates in the same house that I'm in too, which I don't even know why y'all there and we married with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother ballgame. But anyways, right? So the aggressors, because I'm not calling them victims, the aggressors took the context of being asked to turn down the music as disrespect, okay? And they took it into an emotional rage and assaulted verbally and physically the wife, and then the other female jumped inside of it, okay? So now it went from one of those situations where you can't tell me what to do.
I stay here too.
And B and B and B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once again, you have to remember the wife came subtle with decorum, because y'all know I like to use that word, with decorum, okay?
And she also said she was on her mama too.
Yeah, so y'all just being all type of disrespectful, right? All right, so judgment, it depends on context, not emotions. The context was for me to get you to do something respectfully. You took it to the emotional standpoint and retaliated against me off of threats and action.
Right.
Okay, so true question is this, family: is Mr. Lomax really a murderer, or is he a man defending his wife the best way that he thought possible? Because you have to remember, he is trained by the same system that got him locked up, right? Yeah. And what do they say? They tell you to eliminate the threat by any means necessary.
Right. He's part of the Navy, so that's what you're right.
He's trained to do that.
Right. So that it is what it is. That's the consequences behind it.
So how you gonna use the system against him? That's his training.
Yeah, that's his training. But you already know how it goes. The people gonna do this, is gonna do that. But like I say, who are we to know about it? Because we ain't the judge.
We ain't the judge. We is not the judge. We ain't telling y'all to go out there just off.
But I see what he's saying.
No,
I see exactly what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody
did. He had to dump a 30 then.
He didn't have to, Adoniyah. He chose to.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Operate from your own belly is what gets you into trouble.
So he did. So you agreeing that he did it?
Yes. I pray, royal family, that y'all heard what I said directly. He definitely did it excessively. He could have just popped both of them. He could pop both of them in the leg. That way they could still be alive and to go to court and take them assault charges for the wife. And then he could have been hit with like use of a gun or something like that versus killing people.
You could just knock them out. But at the end, like I say, at the end of the day, he did what he had to do. That's what I'm saying. Not really going against you.
I'm gonna keep saying he did not have to do that. Okay.
It is what it is.
Y'all just tell us who right.
It's just a reaction video.
I want to be right. I'm salty.
Anyhow, family, you got anything else to say?
I've been talking all night. I ain't got nothing else to say.
But, okay, family, y'all see the QR code up on the screen. No, hit it up. Shout out to the royal family. But this will be concluding season 2, episode 11.
Episode 11.
Crime of passion, deadly consequences. Hey, y'all leave them comments. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about the situation. But like I said, he right to me. He right for defending his house. But
this is the way he did it.
Hey, yeah. But Adoniyah 720.
Hold on. I want to do what you do. Anyhow, that is Zion.
Yeah, Adoniyah 720.
And we out of here. Shalom, Barakah.
Shalom, Barakah.